RocketMortgage.com today.
Hi quilters, today is October 17th, 2018. It's 7 p.m. If you're watching this video at any other time, just know that it is an upload. So let me see if I can get myself on my phone.
If they choose to give into it. Since surgery, a lot has changed.
Some of you are in the room early today.
But I can eat a little and get full right away. So I've been able to stick to it. Oh, boy.
So we got 2 minutes until actual start time. I'm on my iPad today, so I can't like show you sewing. It won't tilt down enough for you to see the sewing machine. I am still sewing with the Singer Quantum Stylus. I actually took my Elagio to the shop on Saturday. So it's been sewing fine. So that's pretty cool.
Just having that help.
And I'm just trying to make sure we got 2 more minutes before we should be live. So I'm just kind of waiting for the people over on Facebook to come over.
And I have no doubt I can do it.
See, we have 28 people here. So right now I am just squaring up more of those 6.5-inch blocks I was making last week.
And that really pushed me on forward.
I have made this is my second batch of 6-inch blocks.
I don't like how high the number is on the scale, but I love that it keeps going
So
down.
I'll just wait until people get in before I go any further.
Another 35 pounds over the last month. That's great. God is making good progress.
Make sure you tell me in the comment section what it is that you're working on or have worked on in the past week as well. I'll share it.
Be able to get to her target weight in a year or so.
Can I give you a hug, Dr. Nazar?
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I can't
Need my little trash box. I got stuff I've been storing in here.
I still have a lot of work to do and a lot of weight to lose.
Gotta take it out.
But for the first time in a long time, I'm not afraid of what the future holds.
Okay. So it's 7 o'clock. Welcome everybody to the live chat.
And this is my fault.
My glasses are gonna glare off of this screen all night. We got Liz Ryan here. Hi Liz. She says hello from New Orleans. Rita Whitney is here. She says hi all from Rita. From Rita Margarita. Diane 57 is here saying hi. Bonita Nance is here. She says, hi Miss T, I received the package today. Thanks so much. You're welcome. Hope you enjoy your treasures. Sonia Jones is here. She says hello T and everyone from Kentucky. Hi Sonia. Sarah Ragland is here. Says hi T and everyone. Susan Glenn says hi everyone.
This is completely unacceptable.
And we have Billy Weather Reed is here. She says hi T from Texas.
Mom, are you okay?
Diane 57 says I got my notice and came running. Okay, this is our regular time to be live, normally on Wednesdays unless I have to cancel. Got Noreen Smith. She says hello everyone from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Hi Noreen.
Are the ones we build.
Tracy Davis is here. Hi Tracy. Cheryl Belote is here. Pamela Tabor is here. She says hi T. I hear someone else talking. Thank you so much. That's the TV. I didn't even pay it any attention. And I don't even know what I did with the remote control. I had it on earlier today. And I am like buried in strings. Because I'm working on so many string projects. Thank you for letting me know that it was doing that. Okay. Let's see. Sonia Jones says, I'm still working on 2 rack quilts here. All right. Good luck on getting those completed. And got Christine here. She says, hi, T and everyone from Pennsylvania. Got Wanda J says, hello, T. Noreen says, I'm working on 12.5-inch blocks. Bear face and a fox face. Okay, that sounds pretty interesting. Leetta Bryan is here. She says, hi, T. Working on string border for a year-long project. You know, I need to work on that too, Leetta. I have not done a thing. I pieced that at my retreat in May and have not touched that quilt top. It's just sad. So good luck on getting yours completed. Wanda J says hello. Pamela Tabor says, T, is your TV or radio on? Karen Henderson says, hello, quilting friends and T from cold Indiana. Yes, we have had some strange weather in the Midwest the last week or so. Hot on some days and cold on others. Janet Mackerel says, hi, T and quilting friends. We got Linda Creech here. She says, hi, T. Linda from Mount Sterling, Kentucky. Welcome, Linda. Linda Price is here as well. She says, hi, T. Checking in from Temperance, Michigan. June says she's still working on green blocks. Rita Whitney says, y'all finally finished my 9-patch. Yay. Diane says, I'm working on a table runner and a wall hanging. That sounds pretty interesting as well. Let's see. Bonita says, I'm working on a quilted keepsake ornament. That's pretty cool. Ramona Speckman says, hello, everybody, and Miss T. Mary Lou says, hi, T and everyone in Comprentia, California. Excited to see your pink quilt. That's funny. Angela63, we'll talk about that in a minute. Hey, T, I finally caught you at the beginning. Hi, Angela. Welcome to the chat. Joan says, hi, T and everyone. I'm working on a t-shirt quilt and want to make picture collage and was wondering if there's a website I can go to for that. I tried Adobe, but it didn't work right. So if you all have some suggestions for Joan, please post them in the comment section. I did answer your question online. I don't tend to use a pattern for stuff like that. I just decide what size finished block I want it to be. And then I cut my shirt to whatever size it ends up being. And then I add other either t-shirts, smaller pieces of the t-shirt, or other fabric pieces to make like a collage. Kind of like a crumb block. So that's what I do. Peggy O'Connor is here. She says, hi, T and everyone. Hi, Peggy. Thank you for coming over. And Rita says, I wish I knew how to send a picture of a quilt. You can upload a picture of a quilt in Teaquilts group, and she can see it if you're trying to help Joan. If you just want to share, you can also do that in my Facebook group. So any uploads can be put over there for sure. And then you can just tag people, or they'll probably see it anyway if you upload it to the group. Diane says, fall has finally reached us down here on the Texas Gulf Coast. Uh-oh. So I don't even know what kind of clothes to bring to Texas when I come. Susan Glenn says, working on a t-shirt quilt for my nephew. Sounds like it's fun. Claudette Bettis is here from Anaheim, California. Got Nicole Britt. She says, hi from Spokane, Washington. I started quilting from your videos. Thank you for all your help. Thank you so much, and thank you for coming into the chat room, and thank you for letting us know that you're here. I appreciate that as well. Shrivia Henderson says, hello, everyone, getting ready to go to the Peach State, going to Georgia. I love Georgia. I just don't want to live there per se because it's got such bad traffic. I went and picked my daughter up from work today, and I don't go into rush hour traffic a lot, so it was kind of shocking to see all the traffic and to just sit in traffic, so I am not a fan of traffic. but I love Georgia. Sandra Jacobs says, good evening, T and all. I'm working on getting the 2 halves of my garden party quilt sewn together. Such long diagonal rows. That sounds interesting too. And when you do sew diagonal rows, they seem like they just go on forever and ever. But they make very pretty quilts. Eric is here. Hey, Eric. He says, hey, hey, hey. Miss J.A. Coleman is here saying hi, T and everyone. Got Kathy Warren. She says hello from Pennsylvania. Hi, Kathy. And Nicole is asking, what sewing machine would you suggest? I'm quilting on a mini machine now. I don't suggest any sewing machines. I actually did a live chat. You probably can search for it. It was talking about choosing a sewing machine, the different features that are on a sewing machine, because I can't tell a person what machine to get because, number one, I'm not in the sewing machine industry, so I'm not up to date on the new machines coming out. I can only tell you what I have and what features they use. So I did a whole live presentation on all of the features on a sewing machine, and for you to pick the ones that were more important to you, and then to pick a machine based on that. At that point, you just want to go into your sewing centers and test drive sewing machines. I do recommend on your first visit, do not be obligated or tempted to buy a machine on your first day, because it's going to be a big deal of pressure they're going to put on you to purchase a machine that day and tell you all of the great benefits and all of that kind of stuff. So don't buy it that day. Just go home and think about it. Now, I do recommend you do buy from a local shop, because they will give you free lessons with your sewing machine if you have any problems, especially if you are a new quilter. Okay, so okay. I have so much problem with technology. It was just stuck sideways. Elizabeth Young is here. She says, hi, T. I've seen a lot of your videos and I'm finally able to join you live. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for coming in. I appreciate that. And thank you for watching my videos. Diane says, bring regular clothes, a jacket, t-shirt, jeans, clothes, shoes. Okay. And maybe a sweater. Okay. Because I'm like, the weather is changing so much now. This is that weird time of year where you don't know what you're going to get. We got, Rita Williams is here. She says, hi, T and everyone new to your channel. Welcome to the channel, Rita. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for getting into the chat box. So, my last week, what have I been working on? I started working on, last week, I was making these squares that I was using to see if the machine would sew backwards. And so I have still been making these 6-inch finished string blocks, which means they'll be squared up to 6.5. And then I went shopping, as you all saw in the previous video that I've uploaded, or the previous 2 videos that I've uploaded. The pink string quilt, I did some work on that. I actually have all of my straight string blocks done. I wanted to make 20 to start, just to see what I wanted to do with them. I came up with an idea of something that I thought I was going to do, but I don't know if I like it. So I'm at the drawing board on that. Maybe I'll show you that at the end of the video at some point. What else? I have been doing a lot of video recording. I did, of course, the recording of the haul from shopping on Saturday. I also dropped my sewing machine off. My Elagio is at the shop for just general cleaning. It hasn't been in the shop, I want to say, in maybe 4 or 5 years, because I normally clean it myself. So I thought, if this machine, this Singer Quantrum 9960, will sew right for a while, then I will take it to the shop. So I am doing that. Other videos that are going to be upcoming, I'm doing a product review, hoping to have it up on Saturday. I have finished the video recording for my UFO. It's a quilt called Staycation by Lynn Brown. And I think it's a 4-purchase pattern now. When I got it in 2010. Yes, a UFO from 2010. It was actually free. You know, sometimes designers will put free patterns up for you to test their patterns, and they'll have them up for a period of time, kind of like what Bonnie Hunter does with her mystery quilt. And then eventually those patterns are then geared for sale. So I have finally got all of that recorded because we had a lot of rain here in the Midwest, and I didn't want to be out in my wet grass or, you know, out in the actual rain trying to videotape. So I got that done. I finished off the two. I put the labels onto the two charity quilts and got those recorded. So that's another video. So we've got, what, a product review, quilt with me, and just to show you the two charity quilts that I finished. So that's 3 videos. Somebody asked me about squaring up. When I uploaded the pink string quilts video, I had 2 questions about that, and I've done a separate video that I just recorded today. So it will be up. So that's number 4, and it's how to square up blocks. So I show you how to square up your string blocks, and then I also show you how to square up half square triangles, and I show you how to do an hourglass block. And I'm using just a basic square up ruler because I want to make this so that even beginners that don't have all the fancy tools that are out on the market can still know how to square up a quilt block efficiently without having to buy something else. So if you've got a generic square up ruler, something like this, then I have a video that's going to be coming out with that as well. So this is all recorded. Nothing has been edited. Okay, so keep that in mind. I'm working on editing the product review video at this point. I'm hoping that the quilt with me will be up on Monday. That's my staycation. I'm hoping that the half square triangle one will be up on Sunday. Instead of doing a block video this week, I'm going to just do the squaring up of the block. So that's my agenda for right now. So I've been super busy with a lot of stuff in my office, a lot of computer stuff as well. And I sold the 16. I need a total of 20. I showed you 4 in the video, so I've now sewn 16 of the straight string blocks, and I just have them in stacks here to sew them into hourglass blocks. So yeah, been super busy. I don't know if I can, I don't think I can on this thing turn the screen around. Let me see. Y'all know I'm technology challenged. Okay, I think I see it. So I'm going to go ahead and move you to my design wall. My room is a mess. I'm actually buried in strings. And look at this, Eric. It's backwards, but you know your name backwards, right? So as I'm going through strings, I'm also making a string and crumb block bag for Eric. So my room is a mess, but let me see if I can switch this around so you can see my design wall. There you go. So I was trying to make a pink quilt, and I pulled this fabric out of my stash, and it is not the right fabric that I want to use. Plus, when I put these blocks together, I actually like them without the sashing in between, so I am going to use this sashing in some other block. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's not going to be with the pink string. So in my video with the pink strings, I talked about I was going to do something else, but I am not. I am actually going to put these blocks together next to each other with no sashing because I like that look. So let me, you're up close and personal now. Take these out. And I'm just going to put up some random crumb blocks in the place, because I don't know if I can use this with crumb blocks or if I'm going to have to just put this aside and use it somewhere else. So they're not going to be up here straight, but you'll get the general idea. So this is kind of what I do sometimes. I'm just in my room and I'm just playing with things. And then when I got my sashing done, I just pulled the pink fabric out of stash because I'm trying to use everything from my stash. And then it doesn't work. So I don't even know if it works with the crumb blocks. You all let me know what you think, because I got to find something that I can use this sashing with. So, and then these are other crumb blocks. That's a block. The top block, string block, is one that I received from one of my youth viewers, Aries. And I am trying to figure out exactly where I'm going to use it. I haven't decided yet. I might put it into my crumb quilt, even though it's a straight string. But yeah. So that is what I have on my design wall. And I got crumbs everywhere. Don't laugh at my area. I mean, I'm working in here. All of my pink strings are in here. This is the quilt top here that I'm currently working on, where I'm framing the crumbs. This is the stuff for the pink up on black is the sashing fabrics. On the table here is more crumbs for the frame blocks. So yeah, I got stuff everywhere. And then even my desk has all kind of crumbs on it. So yeah, it's a mess in here today. And I don't want to clean it up until I get all of the actual crumb blocks done. So I've been pulling various bags, and as I'm pulling out a piece for me, I put a piece in here in this bag for Eric as well, because he said he likes crumbs, and I'm just sick of looking at mine. So I just want some different ones in my stash. So let's see what you all recommend on these blocks. Let me see. I'm trying to go back. I forgot where I stopped. And somebody was saying, bye, Janome. And Eric is asking, how was the knee? It's actually doing pretty good. The last couple of days, I actually went line dancing last night for about an hour. And it did hurt a little bit today, but not bad like it used to. I think now I just need to gradually use it a little bit. So I'm trying to do that. We've got a lot of people are giving suggestions on sewing machine brands. So if you are the person that asked about the sewing machines, please make sure you're reading the comments in the chat. We got Ramona Benyo here. She says, hello, T and all from Unityville, Pennsylvania. Hi, Ramona. Welcome. So Diane says, Eric and T, I will be at the Houston Quilt Festival on the 9th at the scooters where you rent the scooters. Okay, we're actually meeting at 1 p.m. in Houston on Friday. I think that's the 9th. And we're going to meet just at the admissions area. And so I think Diane says she's going to be there at 9 at the rental. I forgot to read that part. Susan Glenn says, love the smashing. And I think she meant sashing. And I'm sure she corrected it down below. That's funny. Okay, so you all like that pink sashing. And wait a minute. I think I have that fabric somewhere. You have the pink fabric somewhere, isn't that something? The sashing is pretty. Could it be a border? Hadn't even thought about a border. I have to see. I never did put it up to see what it would look like as a border. That is a great suggestion, Mary Smith. Linda is saying no to the sashing. For some reason, it didn't work with the pink, and it seemed like it took over. I don't know. But a lot of you all saying you love the sashing. Darlene says, greetings, running late, doing some genealogy work. Keisha Henderson says, I like it with the pink blocks. So she liked it more with the pink blocks than she did with the generic crumb blocks, okay? That is what my area looks like right now. Right, it's like when you start working with strings and crumbs, your whole area just blow up. And I'm working on actually 3 quilts at one time just because I want to get a little bit started of each type, because I like to have samples as well when I do my lecture. So just in case I don't get everything completed, then at least I have some of them done and you're just not going to see the finished quilt. So that's kind of where I'm going right now. Trying to make sure I get a little bit of everything that's on my agenda. And Diane says, no, not with the crumbs. Some people says, like crumbs, crumbs a pound cake. Dewana says, hello, everybody. Hi, Dewana. I'm liking the pink and black sashing. It looks awesome with the pink hourglass, okay? And Leetta says strings and crumbs are messy. You are so right. My area is an absolute mess. And that's because I get tired of using the same fabric. So I think I have pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I pulled at least 6 string and crumb bags as I'm working on these projects just to get more fabrics. And Mrs. J. Coleman says, like the sashing, but not with those crumbs. I'm thinking I'm just going to have to do some kind of a simpler block. And even if it's just some kind of applique or something, maybe on black, and then just add the pink and black around it or something. I don't know. I thought it was going to look good when I pulled the fabric because I looked at it and I said, okay, none of these pinks are included in the block, so that way the sashing will really show. But it's another one of those. This month I've had 2 works in progress that I'm working on that has not gone to plan. So one was my Cardinals t-shirt quilt, which I just put up. I haven't even looked at it anymore, and now it's with these pink strings. So it's just interesting, and I don't normally have those kind of days often. You're not being creative if you're not making a mess. At least you have to have a few crumbs laying around. Okay, so I'm just reading Diane 57 messages. I got you. And then my brother is here. He says, hey sis and everyone, just got in from church. From church to church. Okay. Ann says, and Eric is saying, hey to Ray. Anna H says, hi from Santa Cruz, California, by the beach. Staying home sick today and have been watching your videos. Oh, that's awesome. Hope you had a good time. Darlene says, did you see the quilt made in honor of Prince shown at recent AQS? No, I have not. I probably got the AQS magazine, but I have not even looked in there. So I'll look and see if it's in the AQS magazine. Thank you so much. And Diane says, I agree. The pink blocks look fantastic with the sashing. So it's like mixed. Half of you say it's okay and half of you say it's not. So I am so confused. Eric says, I was going to do that Prince challenge, but life got in the way. Cian Forrest is here. She says, hello, Tian, everyone. Darlene says, didn't know it was a challenge. Very nice quilt. Okay. So, what am I working on now? So then I'm just squaring up blocks. So I just have some 6-inch blocks here that I'm squaring up. I had... Let's see, I'm trying to remember if I got any other questions. I think I answered the one about collaging a t-shirt block. But other than that, I don't think I had any other questions. I told you everything that's coming up. So if you all got questions you want me to answer, you can do that too. I did have someone email me asking me about the Singer XL sewing machine, and I don't actually have that machine. I have the Singer CXL, not XL. I have the CXL, which is a different machine. They wanted to know about, would it do text for labels and things like that. And if it has embroidery on it, it's not an embroidery machine. It's just doing decorative stitching of embroidery. And that's completely different than having an embroidery machine to do labels with, because from my experience, I could not keep that machine from sewing crooked. It's like doing decorative stitching. So in case you didn't see the email response, I'm just putting that out there. What else? Oh, I know what I forgot. I forgot to bring in. I actually ordered a t-shirt to see what it would look like with my Scrap Queen logo on it. And I like the logo, but I don't like the shirts. The shirts ended up being Hanes t-shirts, and they said that they were heavy duty t-shirts, but they're just a little bit thicker than being a t-shirt. So I ordered like 4 of them as a test. So let me just go get that real fast. I knew it was something that I forgot. So it's Fruit of the Looms. It's not Hanes. It's Fruit of the Loom HD cotton. And it is 100% cotton, but I just feel like the shirt is too thin. It's not super thin, but I like a shirt thicker than this. But this is what the actual logo looks like. And I do like it, but I'm not in love with the shirt. So I don't know what to do. I know we had talked about before about getting t-shirts made, but I don't know. Tell me what you think. Rita says, that's why my pink quilt UFO is not finished. My sashing seems to not work. And Mrs. J. Coleman says, I saw the Prince quilts. They were amazing, talented folks. Shrivia says, go with your heart or telling you. Bye, Pamela. See you next time. And we've got So Pink Weezer here, I'm assuming. Welcome to the chat. Eric says, well, I like the logo to be more specific. So what does that mean? You say, I like the shirt. I like the logo to be more specific. Okay. I missed one of the comments. Sorry. Okay. And it's the thickness of the shirt is not something that you can feel from here. This is like one of those walk t-shirts for MS. And I feel like this shirt. Okay. Let me go back. This shirt is very soft. It's one of those shirts that's soft, probably will feel good on. I have not put the shirt on. But I feel like if you only sell it in white, black, or gray, and I got the white because I wanted the logo to be seen since the back part of it has some darker areas. I felt like black would be too much, or you all let me know. And the gray, I just didn't get gray. But I think with the white shirt, I just think it's too thin. I should have put it on with a pair of jeans, and I did not. So I need to do that before I do that. And I do actually, I love the vibrancy of the colors that they got, because I didn't think that it was going to turn out very well, because I had one done on a hat before and I didn't like it. So they were saying the AQS in Virginia Beach had the Prince quilts, I guess, on display, had about 40, and they had a book signing by the quilters. Okay. June says, I like the logo, but I don't like Fruit of the Loom. And I just couldn't understand how a t-shirt company with all of the brands of t-shirt makers out here, that they chose Fruit of the Loom. But it is like Fruit of the Loom is more of an under, like a t-shirt, but like I said, it's the HD version, so it's a little bit thicker. But I think it's soft because it's made to be an undershirt. And I don't understand why they would do that to a regular shirt, which I think if you have something dark underneath a white shirt, that it's going to show through. That's just my opinion. Now, I did not try the shirt on, so I need to still figure out what's going on with that. A lot of people like the logo. So Karen says, I don't like thin shirts that show my underwear. Laughing out loud. Correct. Francesca says, thanks for weekend trip to R&R Ace. Were you the one that I met in the store? Because I neglected to ask you your name. I talked to you and your daughter. And Darlene says, as long as my bra is not showing through, I'm okay with it. And I think if you have on like a color bra, like say if you have on a blue bra with a white shirt, you're going to see something. So I automatically don't wear particular color bras whenever I wear any white shirt. So that would be difficult for me to determine at that rate. And my brother says it's cool. So I just need to see if I can find somebody else that has a different style of shirt. I was trying to have them done by Houston, but that's not going to happen because I just did not like that they used Fruit of the Loom for their t-shirts. And Rita says it's hard to tell on t-shirt. It's backwards. I know I can't control how my iPad is putting things out to you. All words, everything that I show you on this iPad is reversed. Just remember that. So if I'm pointing to the left, I'm actually pointing to the right. Anna says a t-shirt should have a silhouette of you. You're beautiful, like an outline of you and your hair with a quilt in the background. That's the thing. I am not a graphic artist. And if somebody, I've been asking for help with this, if somebody is a graphic artist, want to come up with some kind of logo that I can then bring back to other people to see if they might be willing to also get into that. A lot of the people last time told me to use the Scrap Queen photo. That's how come I have that as the logo. So it was discussed about 3 chats ago. So that's what I did. I went ahead and submitted it with just that logo. So if anybody is a graphic design, can do something for me that you think is going to be pretty. I'm not completely 100% sold on the Scrap Queen thing. It was suggested by quite a few viewers, so that's why I went through with that. And Diane says, thin is good down here. Nancy says, Gildan is a good shirt. Yeah, and I do like Gildan, and I like some of the others, but the thing is, when you have somebody to do your shirts, they have companies that they get a discount for buying in bulk. So they only order from certain places. So sometimes you can choose a shirt and sometimes you can't. So that's what my next step is. Now I'm going to have to see if I can find somebody else. I did this order online. I did not go into any place local to see. my concern was that if I'm going to someplace local, that it's probably going to cost me more, whereas you can get things sometimes a little cheaper online, sometimes. But yeah, so that was my concern too, trying to find something and trying to keep the price reasonable. I don't want to be putting out shirts for $25 a shirt. Diane says, hold something black behind one layer of the t-shirt and see if you can see it. And my brother is saying he thinks red would be nice. I'm trying to see if I got anything in here that's black. I got a CD case. That's about it. That's black. So let me close it up so I don't drop my CDs out of here. I just feel like it could be thicker. So I'm just going to put it through the back of the shirt. So now I do have lights on. So this is what you see with the shirt, and down over here is without. So you can see the difference of the CD case over here. This is my hand. It's not that it's completely bad. I just think I'm just used to thicker shirts, and I'm not used to purchasing Fruit of the Loom shirts. And it might be the best shirt ever. It might wash up very well. I have no idea. But it was just different. I was surprised to see the brand that was used was Fruit of the Loom. Blue would be nice. Yeah, like a light blue would be nice. A light pink would be great. Your blue logo will look stellar on orange. Yeah, because blue and orange are contrasting colors as well. Okay. Just saw and the place that I ordered from, they didn't have the shirts in the other colors. They only had black, gray, heather gray, and then white. And that's why I just went ahead and chose white for my test shirts. So I'll probably, just so you all know, that's what I'll be wearing in Houston. So I had to order, like, I think I ordered 4 shirts. I can't remember because I had to order a certain quantity so that one shirt wouldn't cost me like $25. I had ordered, like, I think it was 4 shirts and got them for somewhere, I can't remember, like $45 or something plus shipping. I can't remember now. So the more shirts I purchased, the cheaper it got. But I don't like the shirts. But I'm going to wear them anyway in Houston, so that's what I'll be wearing. So it looked like we had some flooding in parts of Texas, so sorry about that. Okay, so I'm still on the drawing board with that. So again, if you still have any logo ideas, it doesn't mean that we can only do one shirt. Maybe offer different shirts as well. But I have a place that's in my neighborhood. It's in the next county. So I'll try to go in there and see if they can give me a price on a better quality shirt. And we'll go from there. And maybe even seeing if I can get it on like a light pink or a very light blue. And I could probably do both colors, just depending. So once I go in, I can get like a price for that. I'm sure. See, this is the other problem with doing shirt orders, is that they have to be paid for, or half of it has to be paid in advance, because once they order and start printing on those shirts, they can't do anything else with them. And so I would have to do like some kind of a poll to see who wants what and then in what size, because that all makes a difference too. Sometimes your 2XL shirts will and higher will cost more than your other size shirts. So yeah, it's more than a notion. It's just something else. So I did do something on that as well. Just didn't come back like I wanted. So I'm being lazy for real now. I'm stacking up 3 crumb blocks to square up. Or 3 string blocks. So if anybody else have any ideas for logos for the group, I would really appreciate it. I'm just not good with graphic designs. And I have Paint Shop, I think it's Paint Shop 8. I can't remember what the name of it is now. And it's an older version of a design software. And I have no idea how to do collages on the computer with that. Absolutely no idea. And it's so old that it's not even any support for it anywhere. I think I'm gonna throw some strips away. Throw my trimmings away. I have a hard time throwing anything away when I'm crumb and string piecing. That I would normally throw away at any other time, I'm keeping stuff. So I think I have squared up those blocks. Now I've got these pink units. I made some in some smaller ones. In small size, these are actually going to be on my design board when I do my lecture. We got Diana Nelson here. She says, better late than never. Hi, Diana. And let me see if I can pull these comments down. Yeah, you don't see me working on camera. That's the thing I said with the iPad. I can't tilt it down. And I wanted better reception. Whenever I'm recording on the laptop, it's just not as clear. And so I just wanted to mostly sit and chat. So I'm just squaring up blocks. I'm going to have a video about that coming up soon. Diane57 says, bring me one. Make it a big one. I think I did buy one. I ordered 1 2X. And then the rest of them might have been XLs. So I'll bring you one. Eric said, ooh, that's some hot pink. They all different shades. There's some other ones in here as well. It's some mediums and lights as well. And then got Cindy Girk just joined us. She says, late again. Sorry, no problem. And we have, So Pink says, hi, everyone. By the way, my name is Arub. Okay, hey, Arub. So, yeah, so this is, I'm actually just making smaller versions of the larger pink squares. I'm just making some to actually put on a design board when I do my lectures. I've done this lecture I've done it like for the last year, but as I work on stuff and people keep requesting the same lecture, I keep adding stuff to it. I think I've been doing this lecture for a while now, at least a year and a half, but I've been adding to it as I'm making stuff. June says she's having surgery on her right shoulder in November, so trying to get quilts finished up. Oh. Alrighty, so let's see. I will not probably be finishing these because I don't have any iron hooked up in here. Sometimes I will have my little mini iron in here plugged in, but I don't today. So I'm just sewing pieces. And I won't be sewing long because I'm looking at this bobbin and it's about empty. Remember last week I pulled this machine in. I had maybe 4 bobbins that were filled. And yeah, I've used them all. Eric say, you sewing backwards again? Not yet. I'm just surprised that it's working because when I put this machine up, like I said, for the first month, it sewed perfect. And then I came in and sewed one day, and after sewing a couple of hours, it started sewing backwards. So I cut it off, cut it back on again. It sewed straight for like another 10 minutes, and then it went back to sewing backwards. So I left it alone. I probably waited like another month or so, tried it again. It was sewing backwards again. So I'm just surprised that it's been sewing this well. Totally surprised. Melanie D says, this is better than TV. I enjoy watching your videos. I'm new to the group. Hello, everyone. Hello, Melanie. Thank you so much for introducing yourself. I appreciate that. And thank you for watching us live. And if you got any suggestions to any of the topics that we're talking about, you're more than welcome to join in. And Darlene says, oh, June, wishing you well. I'm still going to PT after having my knee replaced. Healing takes a minute. Yes, it does. The older we get, the longer it takes to heal. I don't know if I laid this one out yet. Let me see. And Diana says it does look thin. Jim says, thanks, everyone. Cindy says, our Quilt Guild had a sewing machine rep come last night. Gave us all kinds of advice on doing some of our own maintenance. It was so informative. And that's what I say. A lot of quilters or sewers are afraid to take these screws out of these sewing machines. But I'm in mine all the time, doing basic cleaning. I'm not trying to repair anything, but if I see dirt anywhere, I get it off. If I see an abundance of oil, like if it's dried oil stuck somewhere, then I'll take that off. And then I take it to the guys and let them handle the job every so often. But if I do such a good job, I don't have to take it into them as often as I normally would. Mainly, she says, mainly keep up with the lint, clean up, keep changing your needles, and use good quality thread. Rube asked what kind of sewing machines I have, and Eric is further down saying, we're going to be here all night if she answers that. Yeah, I think I need to do an updated video on my sewing machines. I do have a video of the majority of my sewing machines, but since I made that video, I think I have increased like maybe 3 or 4 sewing machines. I have one machine that I bought from a friend whose mother passed, and she wanted someone in the guild to buy it preferably. And it's just an old machine. I don't even know what it is, but I brought it home. It sold, and then I put it up because that was around the same time that I had bought that Singer Quantrum that was sewing ugly. And so I thought, well, I better get this machine. And she only charged like maybe 30-40 bucks for it. So that's why I got it, because I wanted to make sure that it had a good home, so it wouldn't go in the trash or go to somebody that didn't understand what it was. And it was just a basic metal machine, and it was so heavy. It's not one of those machines you want to travel with. If you're trying to take a lightweight machine to a class or something, it's not that kind. So I have that. I have the Singer heavy duty sewing machine. I have Singer CXL, which is not an embroidery machine. It has decorative stitching. And then I also have Singer XL 1000, which is an embroidery machine, but you can no longer embroider with it because the software that it runs no longer operates with the Windows 10 sewing environment. Bonita and I found that out. And then I have the Singer Quantum Stylist 9960 that I'm sewing on. Had it probably 2 years total. I did a video on it as well. And then I have another Singer. I have the Singer Featherweight 221. I like that one for sewing strings, and sometimes I'll travel with it as well. Then I have two baby locks. I have the baby lock Elagio and the baby lock Elissimo. The original Elissimo and the baby lock Elagios are no longer being produced. So like I said, all of my sewing machines are pretty old. And now I'm just pausing. I got a Singer clone from my grandmother. It's in a case. I have a Singer treadle sewing machine. I have never used it. I purchased it about maybe 4 years ago. I wanted to buy it when I retired because I would love to learn how to use the treadle. And I actually bought it early because I was traveling to do a lecture, and I stopped at a little antique shop and they had it in there for sale, and she had just had it serviced, so I purchased that. Have I sewed on it once? Nope. But I have it, and I do intend to learn how to use it. And I do want to learn how to do maintenance on my Singer Featherweight and the Singer treadle and my Singer clone from my grandmother, because they're all kind of in that same family. But those, off the top of my head, are my sewing machines. Now, I could be missing one here and there, but that's all I can remember right now. I got a lot. But I don't have as many as others. I have a friend that probably has maybe 80 sewing machines, even the little toy machines. So she got them all. That would be Debbie Huey, my friend that goes on retreats with me. I'm trying to see if I can get her to let me do a video of her sewing studio. It would be great to see her sewing studio. And Eric, you are no good. Say, see, I told you, Aru. And Eric says that he cleans his machine every bobbin change, and that's awesome. I don't do it every bobbin change, but I should. And then Anna H says, I'm glad your Singer is working. I was thinking of buying one, but I didn't really need one. I have an old Sears Kenmore heavy duty the home ec teacher gave me when they got rid of home ec class. And since you said Kenmore, Aru, I have one more sewing machine. I have a Kenmore, and it is all metal, and it is super heavy. And I think it's out in my garage right now because I had given it to my daughter at one point, and then when she moved, she didn't want to move it. And so I took it back, but I just put it in the garage because I knew I wasn't going to be sewing with it. But I do have it. Dewana says, I got you on computer now, bigger picture. Yeehaw. You're right. Get to see all my imperfections. Diane says, the Kenmores used to be really good machines because Janome made them. I heard that they didn't make them anymore, so I'm not sure who does. Paused.